and then that's going to expose the reflectix, and then I'm going to have to do like the Gorilla Tape, about the Gorilla Tape as the border around the window cover.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't look that instantly start looking more trashy, but
guys, that's Christian in the background. He's here right now, and I'm gonna give it a few minutes, like I always do, to see if people jump on and say hello and see what's going down. If anybody wants to say what's up to Christian, he is here. He's just off camera right now. He's sitting on my couch.
What up?
I tried to get the fire in the background, my fireplace, but it just didn't work. So instead I brought out my YouTube plaque. There it is in the background. And that wonderful picture that Alexa took forever ago. And I had it put on a canvas. And it was really nice. My van is in that picture. Anyways. So my build is pretty much done, which is really awesome. And Frankie Jr. says, hello, Christian. He's on his phone. He's not even paying attention right now.
True.
But my build, the Jeep is done, and I'm actually going to need Christian's help the next 2 days because I need to. He's going to help me lock in the sliders into place. And it's not light. I'll put it that way. Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate you. So I'm excited to get back into somewhat of a my life because I've taken pretty much the last when did I move into here, Christian? I moved into this place in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, 3 months ago?
Has it only been 3 months? I shouldn't say only, but so I've been, I guess we're in March. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I moved into this place that I'm in right now, December 14th, I believe. Excuse me.
I'm really bad with dates.
Yeah, it was December 14th, and I signed a 6-month lease, and I got this place for a bunch of different reasons. Number one, I wanted like a small town vibe, right? Yeah. I'm looking at Christian, but I'm also talking to you guys. And I wanted a small town vibe, and I signed. Luckily, I only signed a 6-month lease. I was going to. I was prepared to sign a year. However, Christian knows this, and some other people know it. I'm going to be leaving. I'm going to be relocating in when this lease is up, which is in June. And I'm actually I haven't even announced this yet. I'm building my Jeep, my Gladiator, to be full time. Like I can live out of this thing.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of enjoy it, and so I'm doing something a little different. I went from a Ram ProMaster 159 wheelbase, which is about 12 feet by 6 feet. I don't even know what that is mathematically, square footage wise. You look exhausted, Christian.
I am.
Why? 7
a.m.
REI today?
Yeah. Went to bed at like 2 or 3.
So I went from a Ram ProMaster to a 144 Sprinter and now a Jeep Gladiator. So I am going to probably live out of the Jeep Gladiator after this lease is up for like a month, not too long, just something just kind of travel. It's the perfect time because my lease is up in June, and I think I'm going to kind of enjoy a little bit of the Jeep and the building. Somebody asked, so Frankie Jr., when are you leaving for Washington? I don't think anybody knew that, Frankie. So I don't mind telling. I'm kind of like an open book now. This is kind of nice. Like I was hiding stuff before, but now I'm just kind of like, you know what? F it. I'm just going all out. Frankie, I am going up to Washington are we going Sunday, Christian?
I don't know. Are we going Sunday?
Yeah. I mean, I thought we were going to Sunday. Do you not want to go?
No, I don't even know, dude. I'm mentally not here right now.
All right. I think Christian's going to camp with me for one night.
Yes.
And then we're going to test out the Jeep and all of its goodies. But yeah, I'm supposed to go into Washington. I rented, this is something people don't know. I rented a van for 2 nights through a company called Cabana, and they, very exciting. They do van rentals, and I'm just, they gave me a couple free nights, and I wanted to just kind of check them out. So I'm going to obviously vlog that and bring that to you guys, but I have like 4 videos planned while I'm in the Cabana van, which is nice. And I'm trying to meet up with some other companies while I'm up in the Seattle area. But this trip is a kind of a twofold. One, I'm doing the video for Cabana. 2, I wanted to go test out the Jeep. So I'm supposed to leave next week. I'll be gone pretty much. So if you're looking for me, that's where I'll be. Prepared to see a lot of Instagram stories, a lot of YouTube stories, a lot of TikTok, all that stuff. I will be keeping everybody updated on how the Jeep is, my whereabouts, etc., and so forth. Lewis asked, "You got the solar panel?" A bunch of question marks. Yes, I did. If Christian's up for it, I'll ask him to grab it, and we can I can spin my camera around. No, I don't know if I want to show both, but it's fine. I can spin it around.
Okay.
Well, I can spin it around and say hi to Christian. By the way, guys, as most of my videos, my house is a mess because I haven't had a chance to clean it. So when I spin the camera around, just bear with me because it is rather messy. But, oh boy. There are the solar panels right there. The one I'm going to be using is on the right. That thing that's in front of the solar, there's my Jackery. You can see that in the frame. And my GoPro. Weird. The stuff in front of the thing in front of it is actually styrofoam, and I'm going to be incorporating that into the Jeep build. It's pretty much there to like hold stuff down. But my solar panel is on the right hand side, and I think it's the right over. Oh wow, it's backwards in my camera. Whatever. Anyways, there's Christian. What's up, man?
What up? Let me go try something else with the window covers.
Oh, poor Christian, man.
Where's this thing?
He's trying to. Oh, I put him up on the counter.
Okay, perfect.
Poor Christian is like trying to figure out what's going on with your window covers, buddy.
They're just too big.
What? Why are you gonna cut them down, dude?
They just said they're too big.
I don't know, but why? Well, I wouldn't cut them down. I like how it overlays, so it's blackout.
But then they don't stand by themselves; they fall.
That's what I said. Grab some Velcro,
I
man.
said they should have magnets.
Easy with the S,
Did not work. They're too big.
They're too big. Did you try glue? You glued them
to the window?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know what you were trying to do.
Oh, glue the magnets?
Yeah.
They come with adhesive on the back.
Oh.
It's just the window doesn't even like the magnets. Not even strong enough to pull it in because it's too big.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to trim it down a little.
All right. Good luck, bud. Poor Christian. All right, guys. So yeah, I got my solar panel. Actually, Christian's going to be helping me install that. I think tomorrow. Install it. It's going to be super easy. But we are going to do that tomorrow, I think, and I just have to get it perfect, which is it's got a painstaking amount of time. But I got the right cable and the right wires, and I put the L track into the Jeep today. The L track is really what's going to kind of make it go from sliding back and forth. And it'll also keep it down. So I got some little fine tuning stuff to do, but other than that, it's like the whole thing is done. Little odds in it, like I got to hook up the water. I'm looking at my water tank right now. Let me see here. Let's see here. Somebody asked a couple of the questions I wanted to get to, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys are. Have you installed the portable heater? Well, the portable heater is portable. I don't really need to install it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's the only thing the thing that's nice about the portable heater is I can obviously maneuver it around. The only thing I need to do is the panels to my electrical system are removable, so I have to take a panel off for me to just put it into the fuse box. But that's really, or the fuse panel. It's really easy to do, and I hope to do it. I hope to use my heater on the upcoming trip next week. So looking forward to that. How you manage space? Lewis, what do you mean by that? How do I manage space? Like in my house or in the Jeep? Is that I don't know. I just didn't know what you mean by it. That's all. Oh, Frankie Jr. I did say it last. Okay, I guess I did say it last live stream. Got you. I honestly, my day, like it feels like I live streamed yesterday, and that's just obviously it's been like 2 weeks. I'm so out of it. I'm like, 10, 11-hour days doing building stuff, and just everything else has just been crazy. Like I said, now that the build is done, I get to take this vacation, although it's work, and the week after next, I am so excited to revamp everything that I've been wanting to do. I've been spending the last 3 to 4 months planning and trying to execute, or planning out my execution for everything I'm going to be doing. I'm revamping the podcast, and I'm not holding back on anything, guys. I'm going to go all out. I'm not going to call people out in general, but I'm just going to call out, situations and things like that. I'm getting back into stand-up comedy. I'm going to be hitting the stage very, very soon. I know I've talked about that several times. However, that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be relocating, which is really nice. I know I've talked about this for the last year, whatever it's been, about getting land and doing a container home, and I haven't given up on that. That's still a thing. However, this is interesting. I'm just not going to do what everybody else is doing, it looks like. And everybody else is just buying land right now and they're just building on it. I ain't doing that. This thing is going to be part of my life. This is a lifelong goal of mine. So I wanted to make sure that I find the right land and find the right building material. And I also don't want to go into massive amounts of debt. And so that's why I'm taking my time with this, and that's the other thing that this situation in 2020 has really taught me is patience. Patience. And I can't stress that enough. Just be patient, everybody. I hope you filmed your new adventure. I finally got the van. Congratulations, Tracy. Yes, 1000%. I will be documenting everything from stand-up comedy to my adventures in my Jeep to the tours of all the van life people that I come across. Anybody living out of a Jeep possibly, or maybe a Toyota 4Runner or Tacoma or a Wrangler or anything of that nature. If you are living on the road in a tiny house, a unique, maybe an A-frame house, a container home, I don't even care what it is. I would love to kind of tour that and tell your story, because that's what I want to go back to. I want to share people's stories and what they have done and gone through, et cetera, and so forth. That's really what I love to do. What is the average yearly temperature in Washington? I'm in Oregon right now. It depends on, the states are kind of big. It depends if you're on the eastern side of the Cascades or the western side of the Cascades. Cascades are a mountain range that it's kind of like not in the middle of the state, but anyways, on the eastern side of the Cascades, it's a lot drier climate. It's a little bit more of a high desert. And then on the western side of the Cascades is very, very, very wet, but it doesn't get like, it's more like a 3.5 season or a 3 season situation. And then on the eastern side of the Cascades, it's more of a 4 season type situation, a lot more of a winter. I hope that makes sense. And then in the summer, the high desert does get very, very hot. It can hit 100, but it's a different heat than like a Texas, less hot than Texas. Texas is brutal. I've been in San Antonio in what was it, July and August. It is brutal in Texas. Oh, I got to catch up on these comments, guys. Hold on one second. What kind of solar panel did you get, Tracy? Great question. I used a company called Sunflare Solar. I would say I partnered up with them, but I don't have an affiliate with them yet. However, they wanted to work with the rooftop tent that I have, and a friend of mine, Dave, is like one of the main distributors now for them. If you are looking for Sunflare, they make phenomenal flexible solar panels, and that's what I went with, was a flexible solar panel, so it actually can adhere to the contours of the tent. Now, excuse me. So if you go to Sunflare Solar, you can find out some more information about that. However, I am doing a video so I'm looking at the solar panel right now, on the solar panel itself, and the efficiency rating in the shade is ridiculous. I brought it up to a non-affiliated company because they wanted to test the polarity of it, and they tested it. It was still wrapped in the plastic, and it was underneath my tent, so it was in a cloudy day. So there was like no sun hitting it, and it was still reading at 17 volts pulling in, which is ridiculous for the conditions it was in. Could you talk about internet boosters for boondocking? Ted, great question. I can talk a little bit about them, sure. I use hotspots personally, but there are the big top dogs of the I guess Wi-Fi or internet would be Wi-Fi Ranger, WeBoost, which I really don't like. And I shouldn't say I really don't like. I just out of all of them, I think it's probably the third. Cradle Point and Wi-Fi Ranger. Wi-Fi Ranger, I've heard, is getting better. I don't know how true that is. And Cradle Point, I feel, is the best, only because their customer service is really good, and it's what police and fire use in their cruisers or their fire trucks or whatever. I believe, I don't know if they still do in 2021. However, Cradle, like you're cradling a baby, and then Point. So Cradle Point, check that out. A Wi-Fi Ranger is also pretty good. WeBoost, they say it helps. I don't know how great it is. And then I personally just use hotspots. I have Verizon, so I have my phone hotspot, and then I have another hotspot that I use. And then when I was traveling more, and things were somewhat normal, I was using coffee shops quite a bit for getting work done. So I'd go into the coffee shop, obviously order me a coffee, and I'd sit there and just get a lot of work done if I needed to upload a video or anything of that nature. Also, libraries. Libraries are really good sources of internet. Anyways, Ted, hopefully that helped you out, bud. Lots of familiar names in here. Interesting. Probably are. Hey, let's see, Bob, what do you got here? My brother does stand up in Washington, so maybe I'll see you at a show. Bob, thank you. I was thinking about doing a show while I was in Seattle, or at least an open mic. That's what I really need to do. I need to get back up on stage and just do open mics. Right now, I just need mics. 5-minute sets, possibly 10-minute sets, and just for me to BS rambling stuff. And then, how different comedians work different ways. But I have a bunch of sets written, but I need to say them in front of an audience. I need to record them. I need to see how that audience reacts to that. And then I can fine tune each bit. That's how I work. And that's why I kind of need a live audience, because I feed off of the reactions. And again, I record every bit that I do. So it just makes sense that way. And that's how I work. Everybody's a little different. It's just, that's how I was brought up in the way. So it works for me really, really well. Hi, Izzy. Do you have a storefront on Amazon, like products you recommend for van builds, making plans? No, I don't. However, and that's the only reason was because Amazon screwed up somehow, and I've been trying to get a storefront for ages, but they keep on denying me, which is absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully, if anybody from Amazon is watching this, can you please fix that for me? I've been going through years and just I talked to maybe 15 different customer service reps in regards to fixing my storefront situation, and nobody has fixed it. Yeah, I don't know. I do have, like, on my videos, if you go to the description, not lives, but if you go to any other video, on the description, there's actually a list of all of my products. And then on my website has a list of products that I do believe in. But if you have a more specific question on a product, you can shoot me an email. But go to my website. I'll put it in the link here or whatever. Hold on. I'll copy and paste it. But if you go to that, I do have a products link, and you can check that out, and that should be able to answer everything you need. I'm going to be adding more stuff to that website as soon as I can, and once I can kind of just sit down, and I just haven't had a chance, guys, and I'm sorry. But thank you, Izzy, for that question. Hi, Jared. Do you? Whoa! I went way down. I'm pretty sure. Is Joe Exotic still in jail? Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Do you know any websites for renting a van? Yeah, Outdoorsy is probably one of the best. However, I'm going to be renting a van through a company called Cabana. But Cabana right now I'll tell you guys more about that when I do a video with them. But Cabana is only in Seattle and Los Angeles right now. But Outdoorsy should be able to give you whatever you need. I don't know who asked that, and I'm sorry, but I'm trying to think of other companies that possibly do rent vans. It also depends on where you are and where, et cetera and so forth. Where can I see your stand-up comedy? Dave the Fish. It has been a very long time since I've done stand-up, probably about 18 months. So, and that was not any of that stuff that back then was not recorded. I'm putting like snippets on my TikTok, and which eventually I will also share to Instagram. possibly Twitter. I'm not here. I'm very clean, but on YouTube. But in my stand-up, I will drop the occasional F-bomb, and I'll say, obviously, I won't say anything nasty or mean, but I do cuss. So it's hard for me to put it on this channel. And I did start another channel. However, I am going to be doing all of my comedy on this channel. I'm just going to demonetize it. I'm not going to monetize it is pretty much what it comes down to. Somebody's super chatting me, and I need to go down and check this out. Beers on me. Appreciate you. Also, what's the biggest battery bank you have seen in a van? I'm a gamer, and I would need an OD system. I would hope you're a gamer with your name. I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm not saying it. I apologize. Is it well? I'm gonna butcher this because I can't pronounce. I have an engineering degree and I can't speak. Biggest battery bank I've actually seen. This is awkward or odd. It was at Descend on Ben, which is an event that happens every year except last year. And I believe this woman had 800 and something amp hours. I forget it was 800 and something, 820, 840, something like that. It was the company that built it, I think, was Advanced RV. And if you know Advanced RV, it's a very, very big company. Well, they do great like RV style vans. But she had no solar. That was the odd part. No solar on the van. She had a second alternator, and that charged the van or the house batteries. It was like 4 to 5 hours, something ridiculous like that. Because when you put that second alternator in, the second alternator is a faster charge. If you do the regular DC to DC charging off your stock alternator, it doesn't pull in as much amperage, but a second alternator will pull in an exorbitant amount of amperage. So she didn't even have solar, but she was running air conditioning. She was running a whole bunch of stuff. She could be off grid, or she could like not move her van whatsoever for I think she was only 5 or 6 days. So it was like 800. So it was pretty crazy. But I think Frank Taylor, the right comment right underneath you, I want to see what he said here, because I'm aiming for about 300 to 400 amp hours with a gaming laptop. 100%. I actually use a gaming laptop myself. I don't think anything more than 300 to 400 is the kind of overkill, in my opinion, when it comes to, unless you're doing an air conditioner. But other than that, I think you can get away with 300 to 400 pretty easily with, watching how you do things. I don't, but Frank, you had a good point. Are you using a laptop or using a desktop? If you use a desktop, that means you have to have it plugged in. If you have it plugged in, you have to have your inverter running at all times. Your inverter running at all times will drain the battery just a little bit quicker. However, it's still manageable. Well, if you have a laptop, you're going to be having it plugged in anyway. So just keep that in mind. Have a really good system. Have a really good, I guess, alternator. Not alternator. Wow. I'm tired too. Have a good inverter, and then you'll be able to, work with that. But I think Frank's spot on. 300 to 400. 400, I think you're safe. That's what I had in my last van. And I never had a problem with power. Never had a problem with power. Ever, ever, ever. Ever. What do we got here? I wanted to go back up because there was a bunch of if I missed your question, Deval, when's the full tour of the Jeep coming? And if I missed your comment, please comment again and I'll try and see it. Or your question. When's the full tour coming? I'm going camping with Christian, my buddy. If you guys have kept up with my videos, I've showed his van. I actually probably will do a tour of his van as well. But we are going camping, I think, on Sunday. He has to come back to work one of those days. I don't know what day, Monday or Tuesday. So he has to go back to work, and I think it's Monday. So we probably will stay close. We'll go camping, and then I think he's coming to work, or maybe Saturday and Sunday, whatever it is. We're going to be camping together this weekend into next week, and I will probably do as long as everything mounts correctly and everything goes in smoothly. Then I do plan on doing a full tour this week, and then I can either put it out next week or the week after. Probably next week, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So I want to get back on a regular schedule in regards to releasing videos. I'm going to be releasing a podcast a week, hopefully a tour per week, and a vlog per week. And then I think every 2 weeks I'll do a live stream. So I'm up in my game here, guys. Up in my game. Yeah, and then I can't wait to start doing more of these. The very informative informational vlogs, which is more like kind of giving you guys a breakdown on how to do certain things. So, for example, I have a vlog coming up on insulation, and I'm going to go over insulation. And I don't know if you guys remember this. I did these way back where I like just sat in front of the computer and I was able to just break everything down. I was overlaying pictures and I was showing on everybody on how to do certain things. So with the amount of knowledge that I have gained over the last 2 to 3 years and everything, I feel like I can share that with everybody. And I don't even care about stepping on toes anymore. Like, this information is accessible to everybody, but I want to condense all this information to what is for everybody out there. So that's what I plan on doing. You, Frank Taylor, you're just giving a whole bunch of information. I love it, man. Let's see here. I pick up 500 amp hours using okay, and then what's the I don't even, the Li poly cells, got you. A BMS for 1400 if you need a budget version. It's tricky to do. Yeah, I don't like doing my own BMS. Dave the Fish, if that's a good way, then by all means do it. I personally don't like doing my own personal BMS just because it can be very tricky. And if a BMS is battery management system or battery management system. For example, like, I think Victron does make a really good lithium battery. However, it does not have an internal BMS system. The good ones that have internal BMSs would be Relion, Lion, even Battleborn has a decent BMS system. But I swear by Relion because that's what I use. Has anyone made an awning style solar panels to maximize solar surface area? Yes, I've seen a lot of them actually. A lot of people will have like a solar panel stacked on a different one, and then it'll like kind of go out as an awning. You just have to wire it separately because when this one is on this one, it's shaded, so you have to just wire it correctly. I will be doing something like that similar to my Jeep. That's why I have 2 solar panels sitting over there. Will you do design work for people? Ronald, I would love to. I actually really, really want to. That's something that I've really been passionate about and wanting to do. There's the tricky part about doing design work for a van is I can't give you exact dimensions on certain things. I can give you a generic layout. I can actually that's why I do consulting. If you go to my website, I do consulting on there to help you guys break down design, layout, why do this, why do that, how this works, how that works, whatever it may be. That's what I'd rather do the consulting, and I do want to get into designs on my website. I actually do talk about I want to get into designing people's vans for them, but it has to be a very generic, not like a generic, but it has to be a very like because the reason I'm saying this is because you're going to change things during the build. It is inevitable. But if you change something an inch here, an inch there, it throws off the 17 things moving forward. So you are going to change things. I know this because I've built now 3 separate things, 2 vans and now an overlanding Jeep. And the amount of things that I have changed on each one, and I had plans going into every single one, I've probably changed anywhere between 20 to 100 things during the process. And that's something that anybody that has done a build will tell you, exact same thing. You change the smallest things, and then all of a sudden 10 more things change. So that's why it's a little hard for me to say I would love to do more design work. It's just in a van, it's a little more difficult unless I was like overseeing it as a project manager, which is something I kind of am trying to get into. And I talked about this at the beginning of the year. I want to do van. I call it a VPM, which is a van project manager. And I want to kind of be the liaison or the project manager, ordering the parts and that kind of stuff for somebody. But that is almost like, somebody would have to kind of pay me weekly to do all that kind of stuff. Because that is a ton of research and a ton of, yes, I've compiled a lot of things, but guys, things are always evolving. There's always new products. There's always new this, and it's exciting, but there's always like really cool new stuff coming out. If you go to my videos from 2 years ago, there was no 12-volt air conditioners. Now there's like 4 on the market. It's crazy. So there's a lot of things that you kind of have to take into consideration here. We have 30-minute mark, so I'm going to try and go about 45 minutes, just for everybody to be aware. By the way, if I do miss your question, please ask it again. You will not piss me off. Who can I go to help me with plumbing? Oh my goodness, Tracy. That is a really good question, and I'm going to get to you in a second because there was a question before you. I just want to get to it. Working with a hammock-style bed for a Transit Connect. You see how excited I got right there? A maximized potential living space. Anyone know if you can hang stuff from a ceiling? Yes, but you can't go right. You have to go into the ribs. So you'll see in the van, you'll see the ribs. You can hang stuff from those ribs. You just have to be very careful on how you do it. But yes, I've seen hammocks inside of vans before, where you just have to anchor it properly. I'll put it that way. There are ways to do it, in the simplest way. I can't go into details on how to do that right now. But yes, there is ways to do that. Plumbing. Tracy, I don't know where you are again. You're probably gonna have to find somebody local to do that. But No Man's Van, thank you very much. I didn't even see you on here, and I appreciate you. And you probably did comment a whole bunch, but thank you for tuning in. Tracy, oddly enough, that's probably where I'm going to be relocating. There were 2 cities in mind, and I used to live there, but I'm probably going to be relocating to where Tracy said. Anyways, let me see if who can I get you in touch with out there? Did you watch Caden on my? I did a tour with Caden. Lovely girl, lived in a Storyteller. She's starting a van building company, but she's outsourcing a lot of her products. See if you can hit her up on Instagram or see if you can get a hold of her any which way, because I believe she's got some kind of connections out in Vegas. Other than that, you may want to try. There's a whole bunch of like van builders in LA or something along those lines. But plumbing is one of those things that the van market hasn't figured out yet. They figured out electrical. But plumbing is, you take a few trips to Home Depot or Lowe's or Ace Hardware about 10 times before you figure out all of your plumbing needs. It's a mess. So plumbing is one of those difficult things. I'm telling you. I've never heard of anyone using a 12-volt heat recovery ventilation system versus using max air fans. Probably because max air fans are just so easy. I don't know what a heat recovery ventilation even is. It sounds interesting. Heat recovery ventilation. Is that like I don't even know. I could guess, but I don't want to be wrong. Where did you end up putting your wiring? Did you put it on the floor or the ceiling or the sides? It actually runs. The wiring is all like not tangled, but it's like managed. It's like properly done, and it slides. It literally is like on top of my countertop, and then it stays. It's like so it's underneath the slide. It works perfectly. I'll have to kind of show that when I do the tour, but it just luckily just worked out. I gotta give it a little bit of a push and a little bit of a pull, but it definitely works. So I'm excited about it. Let's see. Tracy, you can also shoot me a message on my Instagram if I can ever catch up on all my DMs. You can also shoot me an email. It's just info@jaredtachi.com. But let's just do this. info@jaredtachi. If I haven't gotten to if somebody's emailed me, I'm about 3 weeks behind because of the build, and I've just been trying to get it done by this week. So I just wanted to make that clear that if somebody has emailed me or wrote me a DM, I plan on getting to everybody while I'm sitting in the middle of nowhere enjoying life, either in the middle of Oregon or middle of Washington, while I head up to Seattle. So just give me a minute. I promise I'll get back to everybody. I do apologize. How much power would you need to put a recording studio in a Ram ProMaster? Oof. It's funny. I wanted to do one of those. I would say anywhere between 400 to 800. depending on what you're doing. I don't know how much power. I wouldn't worry so much about power you do have to worry about in a recording studio. I'd also worry a little bit about soundproofing it. You know, you gotta make sure that SOB is soundproofed, or there's it's really well insulated so you can do that. But I've always wanted to do that. Also, look at a box truck. If you're open to not doing it in a van, look at box trucks. But it sounds like you already have a 3500 Ram, which is kind of cool. Let's see here. Any place to get a swivel seat for a passenger seat in a Toyota Matrix, turning into a mobile office? That is interesting. I don't know, but I'd have to do a lot of research on it. I'll just put it that way. But that would be really cool to do a swivel on that. Need to put a tank under the van. Oh man, you scared the Christmas out of me. Christian just walked in.
Doesn't this look like a bunch of drug box?
Wow. Yeah, it does.
I can glove now.
Really?
Yeah.
Christian just scared the ever-living crap out of me right now. He walked in here like he was about to rob the place, and I had my door unlocked. And I know, good thing I didn't have another line of defense on me, because that's close by. It's good now?
Yeah.
It's good now. I was answering a bunch of questions, man.
I might run into issues down the road, but it's good right now.
Wool does have good. Okay, good. I'm sorry, I'm answering questions, man. People are asking questions,
Answer the question.
You know what? I'm here for the people. I'm not here for you. You got enough out of me. No, you've got enough out of me,
Let me
buddy.
pick a question.
You want to answer a question?
I want to pick one.
Oh, okay.
I'll answer if I can.
You probably want to use the mic too.
Testing.
Can you guys hear him okay? Let's see here. Do you want to answer why Seattle? I'm just going there for a visit, just for work. Cabana Van is up there, and that's where I'm going to work. All right, I will check out the HRV system. I'll do a search on it. Doesn't wool type insulation have better soundproofing? Technically, yes, it does, but you want for a sound studio, you're going to want a little bit more sound deadening, or you're going to want to probably use a layered system, which is part of the installation video I'm going to do. But you kind of want to probably use some sort of soundboard, or there's going to be fabric on the walls or something along those lines.
Answer that one.
Did you? I mean that's kind of a little personal, Shane King.
Yeah, Shane King.
Shane King.
The audacity.
I mean, I'll answer it.
I can chime.
Have you had sexual relations in your van, Christian?
I feel like I did not have sexual relations.
By the way, that the streaming studio does sound pretty BA. I think it's pretty cool.
I have a friend who has a production studio in his van.
Yeah,
like a mixing board.
So somebody asked how much power does that person have?
That's a great question. I don't know, but I know we hooked it all up to my Goal Zero, my old one.
Yeah, your old Goal Zero.
Goal Zero 1000 powered his big speakers, mixing board, laptop.
Interesting.
And yeah, charge.
Can you guys hear him? Let me know if you guys can hear him. Shane King also said not only did this person, male or female, doesn't matter, asked about any tips on how to make it romantic.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote fake candles. That was nice. But he also commented saying, "I want to watch." So okay. That is a little interesting. We have some interesting people.
Shane, you got some balls.
Shane. Hey, whatever floats your boat, man.
Well, you can't see now because it's got window covers.
I mean, Christian has window covers. That's what he's been working on this whole time I've been living.
Living? All that fabric tape?
Streaming.
All the fabric tape. I cut the whole thing.
You cut the whole fabric tape off?
It had to get it to fit, so basically it was all for nothing. And now it looks fine now, but I feel like it's gonna start peeling apart. So I need to
No, it'll be all right.
I need to find a way to make sure it just doesn't get.
Maybe with a lot of heat. Are you going back outside? I thought we were hanging out.
I don't know.
There's a beer in the fridge for you. There's only one left, and Christian's more of a drinker than I am.
You don't want it?
No, go ahead. It's for you, man. No, we're gonna get some beers when we go on our trip.
More of a drinker than you are, making me sound like an alcoholic.
Well, you are.
I get down. I like to party.
Shane King. He says I need an OF, which we all know what that is.
You need one.
It just says you need an OF. You trust me. You do not want to see this. I mean, that's ghost. I've talked about starting one, but not having any like risqueness on it. I don't know if that's a bit of
the lights off my van because they're
all on.
Yeah.
And you just cracked a beer and now you're gonna walk out.
I'll be back in.
Oh my goodness, guys! Can you believe that? Thank you, Bear Borg, for letting me know that you can hear him. I appreciate that. Ever see the video where Camper Van Kevin described he sealed a porta potty explode? Oh, I was like, what is that behind me? But that's my fire. That scared the bejesus out of me. Let's see here. Just explode. No, I have not seen that video, but I should go watch it. So that's interesting. Let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Zoom live track, 8 mixing board. Will run batteries. Yes. Awesome. Shane wants you to make. Yes, I know this. I don't know. What do you guys think? If I started an OF page, would you guys all go subscribe to that? I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, should we like maybe ghost in the? Oh, Alex. Wow. Thank you so much for that super chat. I'm going to stay on for however long now. I don't even care, Alex. Alex, you comment and ask me how long you want me to stay on, and I'm going to stay on just for you, buddy. You motivated me starting van life. I appreciate that. And you know what? You can ask me anything right now, and I'll put you at the top of the list because that was a great super chat. I really do appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. That really seriously made my night, made my month, because honestly, like, it's been a grueling 3 months for me, and this is the end of it. I finished the Jeep this week, and we're installing it tomorrow. We're putting on the solar panel tomorrow, and honestly, it's been amazing. And then, you know, I've talked to Christian about doing another van, which I probably will end up doing in the near future after I relocate. And I kind of, if anybody goes back, I didn't say the city that I'm relocating to, but if anybody goes back into the comments and reads what Tracy wrote, because that's where she is, I did say I'll probably be relocating to that. And there is a podcast coming out on the 20th. It's not my podcast, it's somebody else's. And I did say in that podcast that I'll be relocating to that city.
These are really good beers.
They are good beers. Like what does it say? I Am Legend or something on it?
Future Legend.
Future Legend. Dude, check out this super chat that Alex just hooked me up with. Come here and look at it.
What's a super chat?
You can, like, I guess, tip. I don't know.
Oh, Alex. You're a good man. Damn.
I mean, Alex could be a woman too.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, I've met some phenomenal Alexes that are also women.
Kerrigan is also one of those.
Kerrigan, names. Your brother?
Yeah.
I
met a girl named Kerrigan.
Did you really?
Sam.
That's interesting. Well, Sam, yeah, I knew that.
Gender neutral names.
Gender neutral names. I would like to meet Jared. That is a girl.
I've always wanted to get a dog and give it a human.
Tracy, you're blowing me up now. She just said it again.
She? You're assuming?
Where I'm going. No, where I'm going.
Oh.
Where the city I'm going to be.
Oh, it's Alex, not Tracy.
No,
Tracy's
Alex hooked me up.
Tracy's also a name that could be.
Oh, yeah, that is true. You're right. The Tracy Morgan?
Yeah. How do you know that this Tracy's a girl?
The profile picture.
Okay, fair enough.
I took the suggestions about the UPS store. Okay, great. Being able to do a physical address, but can't use it that on the yeah. How much power to run an air fryer? I don't know.
I know so, people that do it, Marty.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Marty,
so there's a little trick though that you can do, Izzy. On every product that has a plug on it, can you grab something from my kitchen?
Yeah.
Anything. And I'll show you. There's the trick that you can do. Maybe the Instapod, bud.
Yeah, that's all grabbing.
Perfect. So here's a trick. Take that cover off. So this is my Instapot, right? And on everything that you plug into the wall, it should have like a tag on this, or it'll have like a information thing on it or on the bottom, and it'll actually tell you the wattage. It should tell you the watt pull on each one of these. So for example, this one says it's a 120 volt, that's what the plug is, right? And it runs at 700 watts. It also says AC only. So every product has, something like that on there. Ow. So that's a little trick that you can do. And most like products on like Amazon, or if you're on, thank you, buddy. If you're on like Amazon, or if you go to Target, like Target.com or whatever, Walmart, or if you go to anything like that, most of those products will actually have that listed in the specs. So you can actually, that's a good cheat code for you to do that, to see what you need power wise. I mean, honestly, an air fryer is probably 600-700 watts of power. Probably because it's probably just like an Instapot. The biggest power draw is going to be either an air conditioner or induction. Thank you. Let's see here. Some states will fine you for open alcohol in your vehicle. Any loopholes?
And I've wondered that same thing. Like if
Frank,
you're like,
yes, good question.
If you have like a bottle of Tito's in your fridge of your van, is that driving with an open container?
Do you have? Is your van registered as an RV?
That's what it comes down to.
There it is. So Marty and I actually discussed this. We talked about Marty a minute ago. Marty has a YouTube channel as well as a Instagram that's really cool, and a podcast. And I've been on it, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Same.
Christian has been as well. And it's called From the Van. And it's Marty and Colette, a wonderful couple. And him and I actually talked about in a stealth parking video that I did with him about open container. And it's one of those gray areas where if you have an RV, you can technically have an open container in the back as long as you're not driving and the keys are not like, I don't know how it all works, to be quite honest with you. I know Marty was having a drink in the back of one of his vans one day. Cop came by, stopped him, and then felt the hood to see if it was hot.
They'll feel your tires.
Yeah, they'll feel your tires, and if it is, then they could technically give you a DUI. I think at that point. I don't know how it all works. I don't know the legalities behind it, but there's a lot of I mean, a loophole. If you really want a loophole, hide your keys.
Hide your alcohol.
Well, hide your alcohol too. If this is kind of a weird thing, but if the police can't find your keys, then technically they can't prove that you're driving. That's a little weird fact if you get into an accident. I don't know. It's something stupid like that. Ronald's just got a UPS address as well. I think you can it depends on the state, depends on where you are. Let's see here. 5 beers in a Goose Island variety pack did not lit enough to pull an Alex super chat. Victor Vela, thanks. I'm just trying to read through these comments, guys, and see what. Oh, here we go. Good on you, Alex. Thank you, Frankie. I'm gonna keep on shooting out Alex, because whoever it was a wonderful person that did that, and kind of just took care of my trip that's going to be coming up here. And I really do appreciate that, guys. I don't think you guys understand. Frank Taylor, I'm estimating roughly 50 amp hours is the right for the 700 watt AC port. I guess how that math works out. Yeah. Why are you relocating? Jerry, is that Jerry? Like the Jerry I did a tour with? Is that the Jerry that just commented that? I miss you. You were such a phenomenal human and such amazing comments on that video, Jerry. If this is that same Jerry, I think you are. I think your last name was Schuster. But man, that was one of my favorite tours of recent, Jerry, was yours. And I yes, that is you. Okay, you just said yes. And I've done a lot of tours recently.
Can people
I also loved Abigail's tour, only because she's such a young, vibrant human. And it was really refreshing. Christian's also very young. It was also really refreshing to have young people in my life because it keeps me young.
Am I vibrant?
You keep me even keel, man. You do. I have talked about this in the past that I have anger issues, And if it wasn't for Christian, yeah, I would have destroyed this house.
I can't confirm.
I do have anger, and I know it. I know I do. Just like there people do. Other people have other issues. I have anger problems.
First step is admitting.
I do it. I do admit it. It's been something I've been working on for years. Anxiety, depression, and anger. Those are my 3 weaknesses right there.
Sorry about the noise.
Dude, what did you just ask? Oh. By the way, I come from not a lineage, but most of my family are all police officers, so don't worry. Blue Vandale, what up? I am going to go an hour because Alex was such a phenomenal human being. He did a super chat that is funding my entire my trip or my day. I appreciate you, buddy. Let's see here. Bear, what do you got here? They asked if you can be charged with a DUI if you parked. Again, that's a great question. You're the cop. Who's the cop that said that? I'm a cop.
I think cops can do whatever they want, honestly.
No, not the cops. I think they if the cop was on this defining adventure.
No, I'm saying they can give you a DUI. I personally had no problem sharing that. I almost got a DUI when I was bone sober. Hadn't had a single drink of alcohol. Hadn't consumed any drugs.
Yeah, but don't they have to
I could have taken it to court.
Well, not only that, can't you say I take my blood or?
I did a breathalyzer and I did a sobriety.
Did you fail the breathalyzer?
Passed both. They said they didn't believe me, so they called.
How do you not believe a breathalyzer?
He said, I've been doing this job a long time, and I know when someone's BSing me and you're BSing me. So he called the sergeant.
Yeah.
Had to wait 45 minutes for the sergeant to get there. Went through all the same tests, passed them all. He said he didn't believe me. Threatened to give me a DUI. Gave my keys to.
Was this in Cali?
Yeah. Ended up giving my keys to a friend and had my friend drive, even though I had no alcohol or any drugs at all in my system.
And Cali is always a weird state.
They weren't even cops, actually. They were park rangers.
Oh.
Is that Torrey Pines State Reserve? You know about that?
Yeah, I know Torrey Pines, yeah. Oof, that's tough.
It was scary.
Park rangers, eh?
I was scared, man. Like I said, I was bones over, and I was still scared. They're very intimidating.
You're defining adventure. There's no way you're on patrol right now. There's no way. Whoever this person is said, I'm actually on patrol right now, so I missed the question. Got you. Somebody asked if you can get a DUI while in a van, and there's no way. Alex, really?
What would he do?
He super chatted me again. I can't accept this, man or woman. Just another token of my appreciation. I mean, you're gonna make me cry, dude. Just another, yeah, dude. Seriously, man.
Shout out Alex.
Damn.
You're a good dude.
For the info of the community, but please look into the HRV systems. I'm going to now. I'm going to put it on my thing right now. Are you kidding me right now? HRV SYSTM system. I am now looking at it right now, but I'm going to go back to the live. You guys don't ever see me get emotional, and I'm emotional as all heck. Christian has seen me get emotional. Plenty of different brands. If you can get some info, would love to. Alex, can you please email me? I'll put my email below again. Please shoot me an email, and I'd like to chat with you, bud. Whoever the heck you are, because you went out of your way for me today. But I'm going to look into this HVR systems, and I'm going to get other people's opinion on it as well. I don't deserve that. No, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Really, I do.
We love you, Alex.
Christian loves you too. Probably because you just bought him some beers. Hey, Jared, did you make out your slider electrical issue? I did, Paul. Great question. Thank you. And somebody asked, I think, that earlier. I did, and it kind of worked out, right, Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it just works. When I do the tour of it, you'll definitely see. You'll definitely see how that all works. Defining Adventure wrote the PBT, the preliminary breath test, which is the PBT, will give an idea if there is alcohol on your breath. But you can get a DUI with no alcohol because you could be under the influence of pills or marijuana or whatever.
Which is what they accused me. They accused me.
That's what you didn't say that.
I said I had no drugs or alcohol in my system, and
Okay.
they accused me. They're trying to give me a DUI. I didn't say what it was for. I took a
Gotcha.
sobriety test and I passed not only the breathalyzer but also the.
So defining adventure. Let me ask you this: what if, because you're saying you're a cop, and I do believe you, is there now tests for marijuana? Christian, do you know that?
There are, but they're not very accurate.
They're not accurate.
From what I've heard, I'm not an expert. But.
And defining adventure, if you don't say the county you're in or the state, but can you say the state that you're in at least? But if you're comfortable saying where you are, you just said it right there, Virginia.
I'm born in Virginia.
You were born in Virginia, right, Christian? Yeah. Wow, that is. I mean, I wonder. There's so many.
They accused me of being on mushrooms.
Shrooms.
Yeah, that's what the cop said.
You were tripping.
That's what they thought.
The psychedelics.
Yeah, that's what they accused me of.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I guess according to them, Torrey Pines is known for that, so they thought that's what I was on.
Oh, really? Doing psychedelics?
Yeah, it is known for that.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't do drugs. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's your anxiety talking.
Record, I was not.
He thinks since you deserve it, say thank you and keep spreading the band love. Izzy, I do appreciate that and thank you. I want to do more. Like I always want to do more for you guys and for the community. Which reminds me, I'm doing Van Fest USA, and that is a festival that I'll be doing on May 8th. And I plan to do a festival in Del Mar, which is in San Diego, the weekend after that. Defining adventure. I kind of want to I want to do it like a stream with you.
Q&A.
Yeah. It looks like in your profile, it looks like you have a van as well. Do you use that as for traveling? I'm assuming you, because you says it's defining adventure. There are tests for substances, but in order for a test to test a person, you are likely to need a search warrant or agree to it, and you'd have to go to the hospital for the blood to be drawn. Yeah, that makes sense. Did they do a search?
They did.
And obviously you allowed them? I
did not, but there was something visible which gave them no need to have
a warrant.
Yeah.
What was visible? Was it a pipe?
It was a marijuana grinder.
It was a marijuana grinder.
It was not mine. It was a passenger's.
Okay.
But that gave them reason to search. They didn't take anything. There's nothing for them to take. We were all over the legal age. However, it's a state park.
Was this while I knew you? Because you're yeah.
This was like right before we met. I have video footage of it too. My friends recorded me doing all the tests.
Really?
Yeah. They made me do them 3 times. I did all the tests 3 times.
Wow.
Breathalyzer 3 times.
My buddy failed a sobriety test. Stone sober.
That's what
but he failed it though, and like they were like, "You're not drunk."
When they're giving me the test, the officer would say, "I'm going to show you what to do, and then when I'm done, you're going to do it."
Okay.
And he messed up one of the things.
Did he really?
Yeah. He's getting distracted though.
If a cop cannot tell a person is tripping on shrooms, they should not be doing it in DUI enforcement. Yeah, maybe.
Very true. Great. Once again, not a cop, range.
Have you ever tried shrooms at Joshua Tree?
They're asking you, not me.
I don't know what I can say. I'm probably going to block this person. Can I even do that?
Block me, what they said.
No, somebody that's being
an arse.
Yep. I put that user in timeout.
We don't like that.
What was somebody just? Oh, they asked me the shrooms. You know what's odd? I've actually never been to Joshua Tree.
Really?
Yeah, really, it's true. I know, and I used to live in LA for like 10 years.
On my name tag at work.
Really? It says Joshua Tree on it.
I also put our favorite national park.
Which is?
On Joshua Tree.
Yours is Joshua Tree.
My name tag, yeah.
I want to go with you.
My first time ever staying in a van was in Joshua Tree.
But have I done the other question that you asked? Yes, I have. and that is actually technically the only drug that I have done.
Yes, I have.
Technically, and yes, I know this guy definitely has, Christian, for a fact.
Literally tattooed on my arm.
Is it tattooed on you?
I have mushrooms tattooed on my arm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! You have a sleeve done, don't you?
Yeah. There's
Oh wow!
3 mushrooms.
3 mushrooms on his sleeve. Good job. Oh, Shane, I never really did answer Shane's question.
I like Shane.
It's an interesting. You're an interesting cat, my man, or woman, whatever you. It doesn't matter. So, actually, Shane, you brought up a good point. I did. That was the only time I've done it is microdosed. I've never it wasn't like crazy.
You can go to the moon.
No. Do they test for microdosing? I'm sure that they can.
I don't know. I know marijuana stays in your system for like a month.
Does it really?
Yeah.
And Shane, to answer your other question, I mean, I lived in my van for 3.5 years, or 2 vans for 3.5 years. Yeah.
If I had to give a tip, if you want like tips, don't make sure you get a high top.
Oh, there you go. That was a good tip. So Christian just mentioned a high top, having relations of the sexual kind in a van. I would say headroom is imperative.
It's embarrassing when someone hits their head. And then
it's embarrassing. It can be. It absolutely can be embarrassing. I'm going over an hour right now. I don't even care. Alex took good care of me. I appreciate it. We're having a good time. Christian's here. He's drinking a beer. I'm chilling. I'm out in my living room with a desk.
See, this is how they all look outside now.
Okay.
So it's just like I need.
Do you guys want to see Christian's window covers? There's not much to look at.
Just some
the lighting is crazy right there.
Interior. What is this stuff called?
It's like a
subwoofer carpeting.
Subwoofer carpet, yeah. How about this one? Defining it. The police officer on my live right now. We're gonna ask defining adventure. What happens if you're making whoopee in the car and you get caught? Is that illegal?
I mean, I've heard that. I don't know if this is. Okay, it says road dome. I heard that's illegal.
I know that is.
I know
that's while you're driving. That's obviously anything that can throw you off. But if you're parked in a van, can you do that in an RV? Like my last van was registered as an RV.
It's a good point. I mean, I know there's public indecency, but that's like if you had your window covers down.
Yeah, if your window covers were down, like you can be like for indecent exposure, whatever that would be.
Yeah, if the vans are rocking, the police come knocking.
If the van is knocking, will the police come knocking?
Yeah, if the van's rocking.
Rocking, excuse me. If the van is rocking, will the police come knocking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that into a T-shirt. Check out jaredtouchigo.com for the merch. Do not anybody take that T-shirt idea. That is Christian's, which I am now stealing. When this van is a rockin', police, please don't come knocking. Those of you guys like that. There were a lot of. I didn't scroll down, so I didn't see any people commenting right now. There's a lot of warning.
I'm going to have to buy more fabric for these.
Okay, good job. How are you going to make van life sustainable? What do you mean? Because that is a pretty broad and open-ended question.
I mean, your power comes from the sun.
Somebody put in quotations, officer, we were just dancing.
I don't know if it can get more sustainable than van life.
I have to travel to the middle of Denver. Oh, middle of May to Denver. I get what you're saying, Tracy. Well, we're going to be crossing paths because I told you to email me earlier about the plumbing, and I'm probably relocating to your city. Oh yeah, somebody asked me why am I relocating. I don't think I answered that. I'm getting back into comedy. I'm getting back into stand-up. So I needed that part of my life.
Round of applause for Jared.
As well as everything that I'm still doing with obviously YouTube, as well as adventuring and traveling. Probably building out another van. We'll see. I know. Christian looks at me like, do you really want to do that, Jared?
No, I was honestly thinking this unnamed location is perfect for all those things.
This unnamed location that I've already pretty much named is perfect for all of that.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see what the next year has in store for both of us.
I can't wait to see what the next year has in store for both of us. I think that you're going to be visiting me quite often, to be honest with you.
I actually last night made a little 2021 vision board.
There you go. I like your vision board idea. Yeah.
Put down some dates and stuff, and
Boom.
Vegas is already on the calendar.
But you just said my special city. I don't mind saying it, guys.
No one heard it.
Nobody heard it. It's illegal to have sex in your van in public. So it depends on where you are parked. If you are in a public park in your van, it's in public. If you're on a private property, it's different.
What about an RV?
What if it's registered as an well? That doesn't matter. Even if it's registered as an RV in a public area, you're not allowed to. No.
How could they prove that you're even doing it though?
I guess technically they can't prove that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Defining adventure. Is there a way to prove that you were doing that? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had a relation with somebody. This is a great story. I should add this to my stand-up repertoire. But it was an old friend of mine. We've had relations in the past, but we went to a comedy show, oddly enough, in Los Angeles, and I parked I found a spot right in front. And at the end of the show, we went out to my van, and I wasn't performing. This was not like a groupie incident. I've known this person for a long time. And I think that was when my van was christened, my first one.
Yeah.
It was years ago.
I mean, I had a girlfriend when I built my van.
You had a girlfriend, that's right.
I got christened before it was finished.
You christened it while it was being built?
Bare metal floors.
Built bare metal. I mean, that's roughing it. I love it. You can't go wrong with it.
It's authentic.
Condom wrapper on the floor. We're getting so intimate in this live. I love it. I gotta share this and be like, God, we talked about some serious stuff here. Remember to go hit up Montana when you get that going. I'm stoked. I can't wait to get back. I was on a sliver of Montana because I went to Glacier National Park.
I think I've ever in my life been to Montana.
So when my lease is up in June, and I plan on doing the Jeep life for maybe a month, maybe two. Definitely a month.
See how it goes.
I'd like to stay in this area while I, go around before I go south to where I'm going to.
That's what I'm starting to think.
So would you want to go to Montana?
Oh, dude, I would love to go to Montana.
Let's go to Montana. Let's go to Bozeman.
Yeah.
And I know our friend Sydney would probably be down too.
Definitely.
And Henry now.
Are the Tetons in Montana?
The Tetons touch, I believe, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana. I think they touch Montana.
See, I didn't want to ask very loud because I didn't know if that was a stupid question.
No. Does anybody know the states the Grand Tetons touch? Maybe Colorado?
Dude,
I don't know.
Springtime's
gorgeous over there, though. I know, and actually, and we're starting to make a turn here in Bend. Yes, Blue. Why do you think Buddy's cameras are so loved? Yes, Blue Vandal. Is that right? Did I say that correct? You would literally not get charged. I mean, we all understand. Plus, sex in public is fun. That's coming from a cop. I love it. Yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point. I mean, because
it depends on the cop.
This is what it does. But I mean, at the end of the day, we still have to remember that cops are humans too, right? Yeah. And they have probably done some messed up stuff, and before they took that oath or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Even after. Yeah, there are some crooked people out there. I've watched Training Day. It's real. You still haven't seen that movie?
No.
It's on Netflix.
I was about my dad's in law enforcement. I know he's done.
Is your dad still technically in law enforcement, or
he's officially
is he retired?
But he's a PI now.
Is he a PI?
Yeah.
Can you say what he carries?
Like weapon wise?
Yeah.
I know. When he worked for law enforcement, they all.
Can you say what he did in law enforcement?
I don't know what he did. I wasn't allowed.
But can you say what agency he works for?
FBI.
Yeah. So Christian's dad actually was an FBI agent. Real touchy, good stuff. Yes, people try. I agree, 100%. Do you guys like the real Tachi? Do you guys like this? Because guess what? This is the new Jared Tachi YouTube.
I like this live. This is fun.
We're going real with. We're gonna start again. I'm not gonna call people out per se.
No.
But I'm gonna be real when it comes to certain situations in life.
100%.
So
we talked about this a little bit last night.
We did talk about this last night. Yeah.
Being authentic versus
the authenticity.
Being professional.
The authenticity is important. Yes, because you were going to do a post. Did you do that post?
Tomorrow.
Okay, good. Yeah. So Christian has a picture that he's going to post on his Instagram. Why don't you give a plug what your Instagram is?
At Henkel, Henkel period photography.
At Henkel period photography. He's a good photographer. We're about to get some banging shots.
Definitely this weekend.
This weekend, and he was about to post a picture. Can I say what the picture is?
Yeah, just a
It was a friend of his, and he was holding a joint, I guess, marijuana cigarette, and he was afraid to post it because he was a little afraid that we were gonna get judged.
Some backlash.
Backlash.
Yeah.
Would you guys backlash poor Christian over here if he posted a picture like that? I don't think I told him to do it because that's who he is.
I genuinely liked the photo.
Tracy, it's hard to go. I agree. It should be hard to go. It's hard to get a great crowd. I've had consistency around 70 people, but it's been fun, guys. It really has. And no, Logan, I will not talk about a specific group of people, but I do love everybody. I'll put it that way.
Did he list it?
He listed a group. Were you referencing the?
Wait, whoa! That's not what I was expecting at all.
Were you referencing the Miami Heat player?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember I told you what he said.
When I was facing with my friend Nick, I brought it up to Nick. I was like, "Did you hear about that?"
What did Nick say?
He had heard, and that's why when you walked in, we were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up. What that person said. And that's funny. You put in quotations. Is that what you were saying? Yes, backlash is real. Frank Taylor said. But would you guys backlash him? Would you criticize Christian for
posting backlash? But at the end of the day, it's what we talk about. It's like being authentic. Yeah,
being authentic. Yeah. Back when I got my start in career, I saw a judge so consistently drank on the beach. He pulled me over for a sock. He pulled out a sock puppet when the defense started talking, and he didn't want to hear it. Interesting. I sent a picture to you. I sent a picture. Oh, you sent me to my Instagram? Really? Just now to find it? I sent a picture to your Instagram of me watching this live. Oh my goodness. Would love to answer questions from you. You know what? Not only are you gonna can I repost it? Am I cool? Am I allowed to do that? Defining because I kind of want to repost. I love reposting. People when they're interacting with my lives. It's pretty cool.
It is.
I'd love to put it on my story if that's okay, bud. But that's pretty cool. Alex, how long did it take you to do a van build? Somebody asked. Let's see here. Firehawk, Colorado. Did you just join? I haven't seen you. Maybe I haven't. I apologize if I have missed anybody. I've just been having a great conversation with Christian.
You didn't answer the question. How long did you do your van build?
That was directed towards Alex.
I say always add 3 months to whatever you think it's going to take.
However, yeah, if you think it's only going to take 3 months, it's going to take 6.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
It's going to take 9.
Yeah, I mean, my estimates are usually pretty good, but I'm usually within a few weeks.
Well, and you know that.
I do know because I've done this a couple times, I guess. No, there was smoking a little pot once in a while. Yeah, I agree, Firehawk. Right? I mean, I've never done it, but to each their own. I do photography too on Instagram. Interesting. I like it. That'll be Tracy.
Tracy.
Oh, Myers the basketball player? He said he messed up big time. Yeah. It's just yeah. You know what, Logan? I have a question for you, Logan MC. What do you know if Myers was American or if he is American English his first language?
I don't know, but I talking about my friend Nick. It's like I never looked into the situation.
Neither have I.
I think a lot of people don't know the severity of that word.
I agree that a lot of people don't know.
No way defending him at all.
But you know that word is a negative word.
Yeah, I do because I have friends.
I do too.
I have a lot of friends.
I grew up in a very predominant, Jewish neighborhood. And that was just, but again, but you also know that you must know that word is a negative vibe to it.
Yes, just hearing it just sounds.
It's bad. 2021.
It just sounds.
And you're a young adult.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No excuse to him, but.
So Logan said he's American military family, so he knows the American slang. I'm assuming that word is an American slang word.
Not 100% sure.
I'm not 100% sure on that either.
Like I said, I only know that word because I have friends who are
right, and so I'm assuming it's an American slang word.
Like
and that's why I asked if he was American.
I hadn't heard that word until maybe 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
and can I say your age?
Yeah.
And Christian's 22, and he said he
23.
hasn't heard 23. Excuse me. You just turned 23.
Yeah.
My bad. So Christian said he hasn't heard that word that Myers used up until 2 years ago, which Puts you at 21.
Never heard it.
I mean, I heard it when I was in my teens.
Yeah, I never heard it in my life. And if I did hear it, I never registered it.
Okay.
But I heard a Jewish friend bring it up.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nasty word.
It is.
It really is.
It just sounds nasty.
And when I watched the TMZ video of it last night, and I was like, oh crap! I was like, you shouldn't have said that one, dude.
Yeah.
That one is like, it's honestly, to me, it's like an N word.
Yeah.
And I'm not Jewish.
Yeah, and once again, not justifying it, but that's definitely been a big issue in gaming culture.
By the way, this is what my vlog, not my vlog. This is what my podcast is going to be like, guys. This is going to be a real version of Jared. I can't wait either. Actually, you should be my first guest.
Dude, I freaking love
No,
it.
on the podcast we can cuss all day. I don't care because I won't monetize it.
Okay.
I haven't even looked at any of these comments, guys. I'm so sorry.
Gosh darn it, I'll be stoked.
I actually grew up near where he did. That's interesting. Logan is an interesting cat right now. It's very conservative, and everyone drops every slur. Listen, I grew up in the Northeast in Boston. Anybody knows Boston? We swear and cuss like sailors, guys, and that's a term. We cuss with the best of them. You know, I've heard every slur, every derogatory word known to mankind. Does that give you the right to say it?
Heck no.
Absolutely not. In my opinion, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter
This is
where
my
you're
opinion.
from. Yeah, no.
And again,
like you said, dude, it's 2021. I don't care
Right.
where you're from. You gotta know.
in a negative sense.
Yeah.
And he was saying it
As an insult.
But like it was in a joking manner.
Yeah.
Because you're on Call of Duty.
But we don't joke about that.
But you don't joke about that. Plain and simple. And that's why I think there's a lot of backlash on him.
100%. And rightfully so.
And rightfully so. I looked at a lot of the comments on SportsCenter's Instagram account.
Yeah.
And they were saying that a lot of people are soft, or they're like Miami Heat's going soft.
I don't think so. I mean,
it's tough. It's hate speech.
I'm not a fan of cancel culture, but I am a fan of being held accountable.
Right.
And,
I'm not a fan of cancel culture either.
Yeah. And I know nothing about sports or this person in particular.
Yep.
I don't know if he's released an apology, but that's what he needs to do is release a sincere apology.
I'm going to get back to some of these van questions right now. I know I'm going for an hour and 17 minutes. I'm having a good time. I really am. I was not expecting this, by the way. Let's see here. Wait, Jared isn't Jewish. Technically, the word Jared, like my name Jared, is actually Hebrew. Believe it or not. It means
I asked you yesterday if you were Jew, or today.
Yeah, you asked me today if I was Jewish. The name Jared means ruler in Hebrew. I believe. That's what I was told. I have no idea if that's true or not.
Can you guess what I was named after?
Yeah, Christian. I wonder what that was named after. Wow, I made it to a live. I have been on for an hour and 17 minutes. So yes, I hope you made it to my live.
Yes, in time.
Let me ask some questions on the podcast. Frank Taylor. Yeah, actually, you know what? I should
do a podcast.
My first one's going to be on the road with you, buddy. How's that?
Like this weekend?
Why not?
Dude, I would love for you.
I'm revamping the podcast. Who's this effing guy? And I'm gonna BS, man. I'm gonna have a good time.
I think you in a podcast setting would be so fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna set up the GP, the GoPro, if you're new to the program, and I'm just gonna have a good time with it, man. I really am.
It's gonna be
and we're gonna rant. It's gonna be like, I'd like to think of it. I'm a Bill Burr fan, so it's gonna be like a Bill Burr, kind of rant. But as well as like Joe Rogan, where I get to interview cool people and kind of have good discussions with them.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan is, a cool dude, I think.
I'm a big JR fan.
Defining event, man, you're killing me, man. Or you're killing it. I would call the cops if I saw him post that picture. What picture?
About my picture?
I don't know.
Maybe he's joking.
I don't know. I think he was responding to another person.
Why would you call the cops if you are a cop?
I don't ghost girls, Logan. That's not my style. He said something about ghosting girls. I'm trying to find good light for a better picture. Find a good picture. I appreciate you, man. Whatever you want, I don't care. If you want to send me whatever you want to send me, I would love to repost it. I'd be like doing one of those, whatever you want me to do, buddy. I think that would be a lot of fun if I was able to repost. You may want to get back to work if you're actually on duty right now. I don't know. Unless are you setting up on a speed trap? That'd be kind of cool. Out in Virginia. Let's see here. Oh, nothing would be done about it unless it was like pounds. Come on, Alex.
Was that referencing?
Alex, man.
Did he? No, he did not. No, he did not.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm gonna go to my emails right now. Yeah, dude, it's
That's
crazy, buddy. I don't deserve this stuff, man. Hold on. I'm gonna go to my emails right now. Alex from YouTube. Hey, brother. Yeah, yes.
We gotta do something for.
Yeah, Alex. I'm also gonna subscribe to your YouTube channel. I'm also gonna follow you on Instagram. It looks like you have your phone number here. I might give you a call. Are you around at all this week, bud? Because I mean, I charge $100 for a consultation. You tripled that, so I think that's deserving. I would like to just hang out with you. Yeah, let's just grab a beer. Can we just hang out? Where are you, Alex? I don't want to say you're CEO of something. Oh, you're in Canada. Where in Canada are you, Alex? If you don't mind saying on the comments.
Are we allowed to go to Canada yet?
We're not allowed to go to Canada yet, but I can tell you this. Alex is the first person I'm gonna go to visit when the borders open up.
I'm trying to go to Canada. I want to go to Banff. I'm trying to do some BC.
I went up to Banff, as you know.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life.
I've really, really, really been going there for a while.
Cargo Kirkus on Instagram. Thank you, Wyatt. Sure, I shot you out there. Alex is a goat.
Alex is a goat.
Alex is a goat. If anybody doesn't know the acronym of GOAT, it's greatest of all time. He's not an actual goat. It's greatest of all time, just for the record. Stop. You just given like $75 to Google. It's okay. I'll write that off. I changed my profile so your friend sees I am a girl. You added always this, Tracy. You did. I love Toronto. Did he say he was in Toronto, or did Alex say that they were in Toronto?
Can people watching the live see the comments?
Yeah, they should be able to.
I was just curious.
I think you guys can. Alex for the win. Yeah, Alex is a great guy. These are all the comments coming in for Alex right now. Alex is a Capricorn. Probably might be because I get along really well with Capricorns. I'm a Taurus. You're a Capricorn too, yeah. I'm a Taurus. I'm an April Taurus, by the way, but I am a Taurus. I work. That also probably makes sense because of my anger issues. We're fiery.
Yeah.
Are we? No, I'm a water. Am I a fire sign? I don't even know.
I should know by now.
I don't know that stuff. Because he's the goat. Oh, Capricorn, because he's the goat. Is that your animal? Is that what Capricorn is? Is a goat?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well,
I should probably know this.
I'm pretty sure it's like I thought it was like a sea goat.
A sea goat.
I thought it was like a goat with like a fish.
Really?
I thought so.
Did you finish your beer?
I did.
Dude, we're about to go buy more. Is what we're about to go. Oh, Christmas.
Wait, what'd you do? Oh, your laptop's dead?
My laptop's about to die.
Yeah, it's a sea
goat.
goat.
We plugged in.
Capricorn's a sea goat.
A sea goat. I know I'm a bull. I'm full of bull. Yes, he did say Toronto. Thank you very much, Firehawk. I must have just missed that. I do love the city of Toronto. Great sports teams, although they're my rivals, being from Boston. But the great city of Toronto. Guess what, Alex? I know that you just wrote me an email. I'm going to respond to you, and I'm going to come visit you over in Toronto, Canada. Oh, you did say right there, right under Frank Taylor. I do. I want to. Do you want to go to Toronto?
I would love to.
Let's go.
When do you think, if you had to guess,
I don't know,
you're allowed to go?
Let's ask. Are there any other Canadians on here as well as Alex? Have you guys had any word on when the borders may open back up? Does anybody know this? I am Sam. I am. I love that name. That's a cool name. You are an Aries. Pretty awesome. I missed a bunch of other questions because you and I were having a discussion about Myers.
Came in and dropped the bomb.
And Alex came in and just made me cry again. Mm-hmm. Stop doing that. I'm gonna take Christian out to dinner. What do you think? We want to grab some food?
Have you ever been to Cabin?
No, but I ordered their food during this whole situation, and they were only doing pizza at the time. But I really wanted a sandwich. Do you want to call them and see if they have a menu? Because I'm down to, or we can go to Crosscut.
I love Crosscut.
I know. And let's go grab like a burger or something.
You've been to 10 Barrel, right?
It was. Hey, this is the authentic Jared right now. It was a bad date when I went to 10 Barrel.
10 Barrel's one of my favorite spots.
I did have a date. Yes, I actually do have a life. But it wasn't a greatest date. Hey, single Jared, authentic Jared. We love this Jared. I got to stop talking in third person. We dropped a couple of viewers, guys. Can we get back up to 70, please? April 17th. I'm April 26th. So we're both on that cusp, right? Borders are open in April. Get out of town. Come on. Is that true, Tracy? Are you 100% sure on that? And Logan, I do agree with you about that whole goat situation being a Capricorn. Yes. Is it? But can anybody else confirm this? How about defining adventure? Why do I say adventure? Adventure. Defining adventure. Do you know anything about this being in law enforcement? Do you have any idea? Have you been told something that we don't know? Or anybody maybe near our northern brother, the Canadian border? Anybody know anything else about this? Tracy is 100% certain on this. I heard them say after March 20th something. Interesting. Dude, we're going, Christian.
I've been wanting to go to Canada
we're going.
That's one of the places I was considering moving to next year.
Yeah, I also consider moving to Vancouver.
I'm looking at BC, Denver, or not Denver, BC, Boulder.
Boulder.
Golden, Colorado.
How did you think about Colorado Springs? Or you don't want to do that?
I've considered it, but I'm leaning more towards Boulder or Golden.
Interesting. Cancun's now open. That's good to know.
Mexico's
always been open though.
Yeah, it's been open for a while.
Yeah.
I've known multiple who have gone to Tulum.
Tulum, yeah. A lot of our friends have gone to Tulum. I've never been to Tulum.
Neither have I.
April 21st. What up? April in the house birthdays. The ban is supposedly over March 21st. That's what everybody's saying.
Okay.
Well, that's what other people are saying. Not everybody. Logan has said it, and then Tracy said it should be opening up in April. So I'm hoping. I'm very hopeful of this.
I would love to get up there.
We're gonna go to Banff. Yeah. What we're gonna do.
And we're gonna visit our friend Alex.
And we're gonna drive over. Toronto's pretty far, but we can go over there.
Oh, Toronto's on the east side.
It's on the eastern side. It's like, I guess it's by
like Niagara Falls.
That's Buffalo technically.
Yeah.
But yes, it's over in that area. It's about an hour. I think it's an hour from Niagara, give or take.
I've been in that. That's the only time I've ever been to Canada. Was Niagara Falls.
I follow Van Life Canada too. That's pretty cool. I would love to take the Jeep up there and do some epic stuff with that. Like it would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. We got to take our neighbor too.
True.
Or my neighbor. You're just here enough that I'm gonna call him your neighbor.
He's my neighbor.
He's your neighbor. My neighbor's a really cool guy. Actually, it's a couple. But I know the guy a little bit more. Firehawk, Colorado said Fort Collins. I think that's where he is. Or she is.
Yeah. If anyone out there knows Colorado, I'm trying to be within an hour of Denver and less than an hour.
Well, let's ask Firehawk because it's literally in your name, Firehawk, Colorado. He said you wanted to be within an hour of Denver?
Yes, and then less than an hour of a decent ski resort.
And less than an hour from a decent ski resort. So you want to get into the winter sports?
Yes. Golden was recommended from.
What about Park City? You don't want to try Utah?
Not qualification, but I'd prefer the population to be at the same size or larger than Bend, around anywhere between.
Dude, Denver's massive.
I didn't say Denver, I said Boulder.
But it's so close to Denver.
Smaller population than San Diego, bigger than Bend.
All right, fair enough. You should do some stand-up in the 6. What's in the 6?
That's Toronto.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's what people call it?
Yeah, you know Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's from the 6.
Oh, I would love to do stand up in Canada.
Running through the 6 with the woes.
And a lot of my comedy, I guess, is very, very Northeast based.
Yeah.
They get me. I think you guys get me too, because you guys wouldn't have stayed on this damn live for this long. Hour and 30 minutes. Boom. April 24th, Small World. What up?
Where my January's at, bro?
Are there any Januaries out there? Because Christians would feel a little left out.
January 13th, maybe?
January 13th. Are you January 13th?
Yeah.
So every now and again, your birthday falls on Friday the 13th.
I was born on a Tuesday, but yes, it does.
You're born on a Tuesday, okay.
It does fall on Friday occasionally.
You know what's weird? Because we brought up your age earlier, Christian. The van tour I just did, if you haven't watched it, Abigail Martin. Abigail was born in, she's 19. So what does that make her? 2002?
That's That's crazy.
That's after 9/11.
Didn't even. Can't ask her where she was.
You can't ask her where she was because I don't even know if she was even conceived.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised. I remember where I was.
You were what, 4?
I was, 4 years old.
Yeah.
And I was at like a daycare / pre-K on a military base.
I mean, you were on a military base, so that was probably a lot of.
I think that's why I remember is because of how not traumatic for me. I think it was definitely traumatic.
Were you in Virginia?
Puerto Rico.
That's right. You were in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico. We got January 7th. Chris Regan or Reagan, however it says. Also, I am Sam. I am. I love that. Fort Collins is fun. That's what they said. Fire Colorado said yes, less than an hour and 2 hours from skiing.
Yeah, too far.
2 hours from skiing is too far?
Yeah.
I mean, Bend is amazing because you're 20 minutes from Bachelor.
And 45.
Fire Colorado said my daughter's January 26th.
Ooh.
That is another February 6th on here. Come do some stand-up in Colorado. I am Sam. I am. Where are you in Colorado? Denver was on my list of cities that I want to go to because of the amazing stand-up that city has to offer.
Did anyone hear when I said what city it was?
I don't know. Did anybody hear Christian when he did say the city that I am relocating to, or that I'm like 90 some odd % sure that I'm going there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Jeep life for a little bit though. I'm gonna travel probably with this guy.
Who's that account you told me to follow that does the Jeep life?
Oh, I gotta call it something Sims.
The ones that travel the world.
Oh,
Expedition
Expedition.life.live or something like that, right? Expedition.live.
Yeah.
And they're on Instagram. They're a phenomenal couple. They're New Zealanders.
Yeah, and if they've been doing it as long as they have, you can definitely. I mean, obviously do as long as you want.
No, they had a Jeep Wrangler when they were traveling the world.
Yeah,
but they did a lot of hostels. They did a lot of Airbnb, stuff like that, which I probably will do myself.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all good.
Tiny home tours, maybe.
Tiny home tour. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Denver Tech Center. Interesting. That's where I am Sam. I am is. I don't know how I said all that. There's a lot of great comedy clubs out there in the Denver area that I really like. That I do follow. Comedy Works in Denver is amazing.
And that's the main reason why I want to be within an hour of Denver, is because I'm hoping nightlife can open back up. And
I think it will.
I'm a big live music fan. I like going to comedy shows, things like that.
So that's why you want to relocate to Colorado-ish.
Well, that's why I want to be within an hour of Denver.
So you're an hour of Denver, but you always want to be closer to the resorts. Boulder or skiing.
Yeah.
So Boulder is probably right up your alley.
Yeah, Boulder's
because it's closer to the mountains,
and it's about an hour from the people I've talked to. It's about an hour from the small resorts, and the good resorts are, depending on traffic,
right,
an hour plus.
It's just Denver's a very spread out city from what I remember.
Yeah,
it's a very spread. It's a very LA.
I was only there for 3 days, but I got the same vibe.
Yeah. Logan asked what my degree is in. It's in architectural engineering. If my mother ever wants to give me my diploma back, I will have it here at my house.
Does she have it hanging up at her place?
Of course she does. Yeah. It's my mom. I actually, my mom is selling her house, so I'm supposed to go back home and grab a bunch of my personal belongings. This summer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this summer. I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Sorry, Mom. But I'm an hour and 30 minutes into it. If somebody's actually watching it this long, God bless them. Good night, Izzy. I appreciate you staying on for like a solid 90% of this. Loveland. That's another good spot. If you heard of Loveland, yeah.
I haven't looked into it.
Loveland is a very reasonable price versus Boulder. He will be doing van life. Who said that, by the way? Yeah. I am Sam. I am. Christian lives full time out of his van. That we'll be touring. I think we'll be touring it during our trip.
I was thinking very end of March.
Okay.
Hopefully get it in.
Cool. I mean, I guarantee you that his tour of his van will be featured on my channel because he built the damn thing at my house. So he kind of owes that to me. Always been curious of what my degree is in. Yes, architectural engineering. I graduated from a college called Wentworth Institute of Technology in Wentworth. Oddly enough, they just paid me for advertisement on Instagram, LinkedIn, and what was the other one? Oh my goodness.
TikTok or YouTube?
No, not YouTube. Instagram. Oh, it's just Instagram and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And what's funny is they paid me for an advertisement of a degree that I use, but I don't work for a big firm.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of cool, but it was kind of ironic.
I think it's cool. I like that.
I loved my college. I'm not gonna lie. I lived at home during school. I did not have the proper college experience, I guess you could call it.
What's that smell I'm smelling in here?
No,
it's like chemically. Is it
probably
my
the spray?
Okay, I don't know if it was my spray stuff.
He's like, what do I smell? The chemicals. He was spraying super spray. We're like high as kites right now. No, I'm just kidding. We're not, but would love to hear about your prior job. Logan, that's an interesting question.
Have you ever dove into that on here? Like what
I should probably talk about that at some point.
I mean, I've heard a lot of good stories from previous jobs.
Well, those are my hospitality jobs, but I think he was more asking along the lines of like construction and stuff.
The
architectural jobs. So my father comes from a contracting background, so I actually worked for him through college for a little bit, and then through my college I had to do a co-op program, and I worked for I think 2 different companies, mostly as assistant project managing, which is a bunch of paper pushing and doing that kind of stuff. It's kind of the grunt work that nobody wants to do, but somebody has to do it. And then right after college, I worked for a company. I wonder if I can say that. Yeah, I don't care. Well, a company called Whiting Turner, which was out in Las Vegas.
Who knows if they even still exist?
No, they're a huge company.
Oh, really?
Massive. I was a project engineer, which technically is an assistant project manager. But I was a project engineer for them, and there was, I think, like 5 or 6 project engineers on this one particular project, and then there was, I think, 12 or 13 project managers. It was a $220 million project. That
I've heard very little about. I didn't even know that you did that.
Yeah, I did that. I was in the top like 10% of my graduating class for money that I made. I was making really good money. I graduated in 2005.
This was before or after LA? This was before.
This was before LA. Before I moved to LA, and before I started pursuing acting. So I worked for that company for like a little over a year.
So you moved to LA. The reason why you didn't get a job in that field is because you were focusing on the acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did not work I didn't have that quote unquote career.
Yeah.
Because I was focused on acting.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pursue that as my life, entertainment. And honestly, it was mostly due to my mom.
And here you are now, entertainment.
I know. Here I am now on YouTube with all you fine people. I called my mom. This is a true story. I called my mom sobbing. I was crying. Good little Italian boy that I am, and that's just what we do. We call our mothers. I was a little younger than you. I was probably about 22. And I called my mom, and I was just like, what do I do? I hate my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, she flat out was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, Mom, I wish I pursued baseball more, because I played baseball in high school and college. And then I got diagnosed with cancer. And because of all the testing and everything, it was just way too much stress and anxiety. And I stopped.
Yeah.
And I never regretted it. I mean, I never forgot it.
Yeah.
I never forgave myself. I wish I continued. So I told myself that, and then she said, well, you can't get back into baseball. You're too old. And frankly, I was too overweight. I was not in good shape. And she said, what else do you want to do? And I said, I've never told this to anybody, Mom, but I want to try acting. And she said, great. I support you 100%. Go do it. And that was it. And I think I quit my job the next day, even though I told my parents that I stayed at that job for like 2 more weeks, or for 6-8 more months, and I didn't. I ended up quitting that job, and I was struggling. When I'm talking about negative money in my bank account, I was there, guys. I was hurting. I was hurting bad. But here I am today, and I'm happy as a clam. And that's a saying. I have no idea why, but maybe because clams have happy faces.
I don't know. It's a very happy life.
Loveland is next to Fort Collins. I did not know this.
Neither did I. I remember looking at Loveland.
So did you look up? We're all over the place. Did you look up Cabin?
Look up what?
Cabin 22?
Oh no, I didn't. I got really sidetracked.
We're Boulder's too expensive. I kind of agree with that. Comedy Works is in Tech Center. Interesting. I did not know that either, but I do like Comedy Works. Somebody said, I thought I heard Vegas.
Think again.
Christian outed me.
Wrong.
Hey, if somebody's on this late in my live, I'm an hour and 40 minutes into this. You know, why not? There is a video about a story, also about the book from your mother. That's true. Thank you. That is, Marco, you're absolutely right. You could not find the book in your fan. Man, I got, you know what? Oh my goodness. That book is actually right here on my, you guys can see the bookshelf down here. This is my mother, look at this, guys. Look how dingy and old this book is, okay? My mother gave me this book because the actor Matthew McConaughey read this book and then quit law school because of it. It's called The Greatest Salesman in the World. This is not a shot to them or anything. My mom wrote me a little note on the inside of that, and she dated it 2006, right there. So obviously I love both my parents. They supported everything that I have done. But she wrote a little thing in here. I've obviously read this book a few times, but she wrote that I'm very proud of you. I can't read this because I will literally start crying, guys. But there's one quote in here that she said that she will always take away from the book, and it says, failure will never overtake you if your determination to succeed is strong enough. Boom. Christian is calling Cabin 22, which is right down the street from my house, and we might go down there for some food and beverage because of Alex from Toronto, which I have to email tonight. I was 13 in 06. Yeah, I'm old, guys. I am old. But you know what? I got a young heart, I hope.
True.
Christian keeps me young. That's my 21-19. What did you say here? I'm sorry. I am Sam. I am. That's my 21, 19, and 18-year-old. Please help me and get them out of the house. So
hey,
I can.
How you guys are
do
serving food till. Okay, awesome.
Is the menu full?
Is it a full menu right now? Perfect. All right. Thank you. I'll be in a sec.
Guys, we're gonna wrap this up only because Christian just called Cabin 22, which is where we're gonna go get food
they
and
only
drink.
serve food till 9. It's 8:30.
We can go grab there and grab some beers at the safe.
I mean, we can go there or go somewhere else, but just so you know, they serve food till 9.
They serve food until 9. Okay, good to know. We can go somewhere else. It's up to you. We can do whatever you want. We can grab beers tomorrow night too. It's all good. We can have drinks, you know. I mean, Christian might have a date.
Right.
Christian might have a date. So, and you know, why not, right?
YOLO.
Living at home for college. I get what you're saying. Y'all in Oregon? Yes. Yes, we are in Oregon. We are in Bend. I'm like 20 minutes away. Okay.
Come through.
Sure.
Drinks on Jared and Alex.
Right. Tracy asked how old am I? You're referencing when I said how old I am. Should I say? I guess so. I'm 37. I'm 37.
So this is the authentic live.
Yeah, it's authentic live. Why not? I should put that as the title. The authentic live with Jared Tossi and his fire. 2 hours. You're in Medford. I know that was with my accent. It's not. It's actually Medford, right? Medford.
That he or she lives in Medford.
Yeah, he or she. Yeah.
Ask if they were affected at all by the fires.
Were you okay with the fires? Everything okay there, Danielle? Wow, I just said Danielle. Daniel.
When I moved.
Fire Rock. Thank you, buddy. You're in Mountain View. Yeah, you are freaking close. My house is still standing.
Good to hear. Yeah, I drove through Medford.
That is great.
When the fires were going in, it was intense.
Tracy, I will drink one for you. Appreciate you. I'm not lying. I am 37 years old. I am freaking old.
That's not old.
I mean, I am older than a lot of people.
40 is the new 20. 40.
You know, we keep on saying it. When I was 30, they said 30 is the new 20. And when I was 20, they were like 20 is the new 10. I know that's
20 is the new 10. I like that.
Whoa, that's weird. Don't say that. You're young. I'll be 60 this year. Kim, you're young as well. 47 is the new 37. I'm 30 and I'm about to start van life. Hey, I started van life at what, 33, 32, something like
I
that.
don't know. As cliche or cheesy as it sounds, I'm a big believer. It's never too late to do it.
It's never too late to do anything.
No.
I'm about to get back into entertainment, and I took 2 years off, and I was in it from 25 to like 35, I guess. And yeah, I'm going hardcore.
I mean, you never really left. You're still in it.
No, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I never really left. You're absolutely right, Christian. Thank you.
Different.
Chris, you're also 37, and that's not old, or I don't feel like I'm old either. I just like saying I'm old.
Like you're old.
My body's breaking down because I was a 3-sport athlete throughout high school, and I did not take good care of my body in my 20s because I partied like a freaking rock star. Me and it was bad.
You and AJ?
AJ and I partied in LA, but AJ kept me at bay only because he's married with 2 kids. But before his kids, that was a good time. AJ, if you're watching this, which I know you're not, but if you are, buddy, we had good times. No, my boy's back in Boston, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a debauchery. Like we used to party at like Amherst, UMass Amherst.
Yeah.
Which everybody knows Boston, it's like, I don't know, like an hour away. And then we used to then go down to go see my friend down at Roger Williams, which is in Providence or Bristol technically, but like Rhode Island, which is like way opposite direction. And that would be like the next night. And then we'd go up to UNH because my buddy was in a frat up at UNH. Oh man, that was like our triangle of terror. And it was just bad. Like it was bad. We used to get hotel rooms.
Like all the good things about a frat without any of the bad parts about being in a frat.
Yeah, I mean, frats are they're terrible. And here I am. I got like nieces and nephews now, and I'm just like, oh man. Yes, 40 is the new 20. I'll be 40 in October. What up? How you doing? My grandma wants kids. I'm gonna tell her it's not too late.
I mean, it's not.
Hey, why not? Why not?
As long as she's physically able to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've worked from home for about 6 years, so I figured my home, it should be anywhere. I agree. Starting van life this year at 60. There you go. Boom. There's a lot of, Bob Wells is a friend of mine, I would say, an acquaintance. I've been on his channel. I've spoken at his event, RTR, which is the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. I would say a lot of his audience, I guess, is of that age, I would say.
I mean, personally, I've met more van lifers over 25 than I have under 25.
I actually would agree with that statement.
I know very few van lifers that are my age.
I agree with that statement. You and like Abigail.
Yeah.
I think
Patchwork.
Patchwork. I think Instagram blows that up to a portion that we're just unaware of.
Yeah. I think there's a lot more van lifers or nomads that are over 25.
I think a lot of them are over 30.
Yeah.
I
mean, how old is Shane?
Shane's 31, 32.
Okay.
Then Dave's 30 something, 35, 36.
Sydney's under that 25 though.
Sydney's 25, 20. Ooh, crap, her birthday's on Sunday.
Yeah.
We should probably do something for her birthday.
We definitely should.
Should we sing to her? Baby boomers, keep going. 47 here. What up? Home is literally illegal parked camper. Yeah, what's up?
I heard someone say that because of COVID and the lockdown, that there's going to be like a new baby boom.
Oh yeah, it'll be. We'll call it the big boom. Yeah. Yeah, and it's gonna be a debauchery.
I heard they were saying that this summer is gonna be like.
This summer's gonna be
wild.
This summer's gonna be crazy. The city that I want to relocate to is gonna be freaking crazy.
Dude, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to a concert there in May.
You are? In May?
That's when they're saying it's gonna happen. But
wait, are you going to VanFest?
EDC.
I know, but are you going to VanFest?
Where's that at?
That's May 8th in Utah. That's an hour from Vegas.
May, yeah.
Yeah. You want to go? I'll get us hotel.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, we'll party like rock stars.
I've never been to Vegas. Well, I've never spent more than 3 hours in Vegas.
Oh, dude. Vegas for me is a bad idea. Just letting you know.
I mean, yeah. I have
especially single jack.
One of my best friends lives out there, so it'd be fun to see him. Party it up.
I did live there. I lived there from 05 to the end of 07, so 08, I'll say. 05 to 08. I lived in Las Vegas, and I was right out of college, and that's where I had that job with Whiting Turner. Logan asked about that.
Do you gamble a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot. I was very moderate with it. However, my first night there, my best friend growing up, Norman, and I, he drove cross country with me, and I went to Bally's, which was for some reason our casino of choice, and I hit on craps. I was playing craps, and I made like $2,500, and that was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me because I hit for big money, not big money to me back then. I keep on saying I want to wrap this up. I want to go. Oh, to VanFest. Tracy, why don't you? You should. You absolutely should. It's May 8th. I'll be doing a workshop there. I'll be speaking about van design and layouts and things like that. I was in Vegas a week before. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up in 2 hours. I was not expecting to do this, but you know what? I had a freaking blast tonight. Yeah, and Christian, thank you for joining me. I feel like I owe you some of the super chat because you've been part of this.
You do not.
Yeah, you know, why not? I think Christian's going to get a percentage of it, guys. What do you guys think? Where is VanFest? It's in Hurricane, Utah. I know I'm saying that incorrectly. I think it's like Hurricane or something like that. It's about an hour and a half, I believe, from there. I could be wrong, but I believe it's right off the 15, I think.
I mean, I've been saying Nevada my whole life, and it's Nevada.
Nevada.
I always say Nevada.
Nevada. Hurricane, Utah. You can go to vanfestusa.com to check that out. I should be on there listed as one of their speakers, as well as an attendee. I'll be taking the Jeep, which will be fun, with the rooftop tent. Giving a workshop, which will be fun. I'm trying to convince Christian to go. Hurricane, Utah. Somebody just said where again? Hurricane. Like this, like hurricane. Frankie Jr., you've been on this whole time. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Defining Adventure. Done with my call. Surprised you are still going. Hopefully everything was okay with your call. I appreciate you. Yes, I am still going because I'm an animal. I'm a beast. All right, guys. Thank you, Chris. Thank you guys for being so cool. No, thank you for being so cool. I mean, Christian, you look exhausted, buddy.
I am, but they kept me entertained.
They kept you entertained?
Time,
my audience did?
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah. So I will, I got to go edit a video actually sometime tonight or tomorrow. I drove up to Portland from Bend, which is about a 3.5 hour drive each way. I just went up there for a tour, and this tour is epic. I'm in love with it. So I was with a company called Off-Grid Solutions with Jason. So I'm very excited to share that with you guys later this week. I will get that edited and posted as soon as I can. And then Christian and I are off. Woo! Take a trip. Maiden voyage of the Jeep. And I am going to be revamping the podcast. Who's This Effing Guy? Every video I will be doing will be on this channel from now on. And it'll be all comedy stuff related, all tours, all vlogs, whether they're informational about vans, how to do certain things, and more of the authentic realness coming to you hard, guys. That sounded bad, but you guys know what I'm saying. All right, guys. Yeah, Shane did bust it open. Shout out to Shane. Shane King, man.
The audacity.
The audacity asking me if I made love in my van. And yo, Logan, you kept it going too, because you were asking me some weird questions too, but I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I would love next live, guys. We're gonna have to get some real deep stuff. I like having Christian there too. I should have him every live.
Fun. I like it.
All right, guys, I'm done. I gotta stop. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later.